calling you a radical. I want to get this up in front of the fucking PBS documentary. Coyote narrating on southern Utah, the downwinders. You don't think I fucking know? Fuck, I watched him load my fucking father in the body bag. I watched him so many load in the body bag. I'm 7th generation here. So I walk, slop, eat, sleep, drink it. Now I sleep with it. I was given 2 months to live. So I was in the bone marrow transplant at LDS. That's how Utah I am. For so long, my social media addresses come up there. Mike, Southern Utah Lee, whose father died of this, and he's all for bringing back. Ben McAdams, who fought the bill to block more testing, which Trump restarted testing in Nevada. Oh, he got beat. Best congressman we ever had. Well, at least since politicians, since Scott Matheson. Oh, what killed him? I was in the bone marrow transplant with Scott Matheson's wife. She just died of this. So I can go on and on and on and on and on. Southern Utahns. Well, so they can do their documentary. You know, John Huntsman, who started the campaign, Life Elevated. I'll never forgive him for it. You know, they came from Southern Utah. Huntsman, oh man, the billionaire, you know, the luxury good of death, the chemical, give you cancer, then come extract the money for you from, you know, Huntsman Chemical. His old man said he started because his mom died so young, downwinder, and he used to talk about this, but they don't think it happened to him. Barack Obama's mother, downwinder, Kamala Harris's mom. I can go on and on and on and on and on about these people. Bo Biden. They don't defend in the name of, they don't care. You don't care. We're all downwinders now. Fukushima. But, so, this is not commentary. Nothing's commentary. What's changed with Kevin Blanch? Oh my God, from 30,000 views to 200? Not Kevin Blanch. Because I haven't, you know, I'll quote my high school girlfriend. I used to go back and forth from SoCal, and I went to Weber High, and I played against Jim McMahon. You know, I'll talk about this. I knew Jim McMahon. Oh, he was an arrogant fucking dick, but I was friends with his sister. I love his brother. He's still around. I love his sister. She was great. She died young. He wasn't from here, but he played at Roy. I played at Weber. I played baseball against him. I played football against him, and he's drooling on himself. And the reason I bring this up is because of the NFL protocol. Now, you think about it. What's the percentage of the black player to the white player in? And the protocol, ABC's got a documentary coming out tonight, Nightline. They won't take Fukushima. They'll just lie about, they have a protocol in medicine on, it's called race bias. So they can deny the claims. Jim McMahon drools on himself right now. He can't even talk. He just, you know, I think he's that gone. And I had 2 interceptions off him, you know, that wasn't an official game, in a pickup game, you know, but I broke my leg, but I was the distance runner and the artist anyway, the environmentalist. Why do you bring all this up? Because, and by the way, the greatest football coach in the history of all football, because this protocol thing, it's a slave league. I've always said it's a slave league. The NCAA is a slave league. The NFL is a slave league. Come play, Johnny. You play in the NFL and die at 50. That's what they'll fucking, remember when Junior Seau went? I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on. That's what happens. And, you know, they're going to find a back door. So, downwinders of Utah. Speaking of that, Brian Morris, the only other we know in the country, AML DeNuvo non-Hodgkins, that's alive, middle linebacker, University of Utah, fucking that all-state state champion, East High School. I love that fucking guy. Fucking, he's a multi-generation here too. So when we're in there, and you can confirm this with Brian, that beautiful video that he and I did together, the Utah Pioneer Boys, it came back. He didn't have, he had a transplant. So what's changed with the rhetoric, with the truth, with the factual content of Kevin Blanch? You only get 200 views. When you used to get 30,000. He's not changed. Why not? Never have. My high school girlfriend, I will quote her. My high school girlfriend here, Annette, she died. Oh, God, she was so good looking and beautiful. She died a couple years ago of cancer in the prime of her life. That's what we do in Utah. That's what we do. So, Lisa, my high school girlfriend in SoCal, when I was 18, 19. When I'm dying of cancer, sitting on the thing, somebody showed her a YouTube video of me in the bone marrow transplant at LDS. I was there rehabbing. And I'll never forget her words to me. She comes up. She didn't call. She didn't email. She didn't nothing. She didn't ask anybody where I was at. She tasked me on the show. She says, I knew where you'd be at. Same thing I do here in Utah. I watch the sunset. I have my whole life since I was a little boy. I know where you'd be. Kevin, you have never changed. I did. So why's my view count? So I want to talk Southern Utah downwinders. You act like it's all gone. It's a big tourist thing. Come to Moab and die. In the bone marrow transplant center, Nancy Peterson, and she gave me permission to use her name. I loved her. I was friends with her. She was a world-class, international famous triathlete, which lots of them in that unit. The guy who won Ironman a few years ago died in there. She's in the room next to me. She fought for so long. Her and Marshall Jensen roomed by each other. And this is important historical stuff. HIPAA laws, the doctors can't talk. They want to talk. Fuck the brass at the fucking top of IHC. Fuck, he's got cancer. Fuck them. They can fuck off. I was in there. I lived there. This is my life. I have every fucking right to talk about my life. My personal experiences. I says, you moved to Moab to train, right? Yeah. Well, you do know it's probably the most radioactive place on the earth until Fukushima happened. Yeah, I do know that, Kevin. I didn't then. You go in there on any, and this is the number one leukemia unit they take on the hardcore of the hardcore in the whole region. The amount of people that Southern Utah, in comparison to the region that they serve all of northern Utah, into Idaho, Arco, Idaho, is another radioactive hellhole, SMRs from hell. Thinking of high school, my friend who bought the bar, Atomic City, we grew up right here and went to Weber High together. I get all the information, what's going on there. I know more than any of you will ever know. My work is so paramount and so strong. I get no funding. I get no nothing. That's okay. I get by with a little help from my friends. Any given day, and I lived there for a long time and I'm heavily involved, well over 50% of everybody that's in there dying of acute non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, AML leukemia, these radical cancers are Southern Utah. It's a fact. So you want to talk, we're going to do a document, talk about the past. Everything's in the past. So no, it's right here. It's right now. You're still waiting for the main event. We're all downwinders now. So I want to talk economics. I want to talk about tariffs, which I'm always a big pro-tariff guy. Trump talked shit and Trump was a liar. He didn't use tariffs. Once you start wearing them Trump girl shoes, so the activists I stand in the cage with, I used to, from China. I've done a lot of work with the Chinese activists in New York. I did for years. We drink the blood and, Bangladesh, the Muslim slaves, the Indian slaves, the South American slaves, Haiti slaves. I like, back to the NFL, running down the field in your hair extensions from shaved Indian prisoners' heads. You're okay with that. Your Black Lives Matter shirt, which you stole from Kevin Blanche, made by slaves in a slave colony. Haiti. The NFL's a slave league. The NCAA is the hardcore slave league in history. Pure slave. Think about that fucking business model. A bunch of lawyers. They don't have to pay them anything. They don't have to give them any health coverage. They don't have to give them any benefits. They don't have to give them. And the state pays the coaches. The state supplies the freaking fields. The state supplies every dime. 100% loot job. It's a slave league. But Johnny, you could play in the NFL. Fuck, you could be the next American Idol. You could be the next American Voice. It's a fucking... By the way, billionaires should be illegal. Until we go back to We Are Family in 1979. We go back to 1979. Reagan, trickle down, and we set the tax rate back what it was in 79. Make billionaires against the law. You will never stop this. So tariffs, tariffs, tariffs. I'm a big tariff guy. I always have. And I'll quote Hamilton, before the Bill of Rights. And by the way, how did Trump do this? How did that... excuse me. That German? How did Hitler do it? How did Hitler do it? We love Trump. Trump, we love you. Trump, we love you. Trump, we love you. Well, why do you love him? We just love him. Why do you love him? We just love him. We just love Question, how did Hitler do it? Answer, we love drive. One by Jetstream, two by Fox News, cable TV. Tell you ban Fox News, bomb them out. I think there should be an airstrike called in on them. The insanity of Sean Hannity, they need to be deported or locked up, you know. Alex Jones will be done and over with. Fuck, did he betray this fucking movie? I mean, wasn't that the plan? I mean, so many of these people, this is how it works with Kevin Blanch. They find me, Million Mass March, they found me, ate up my freaking movement. Black Lives Matter followed me, ate up my movement. You know, activists across the internet, you know, I can go on about ate up my movement. Every time I've had some secure funding, so this happened to him again yesterday. Kevin, I'm going to buy you a truck. So you'll have it this week. Really? I'm like, sure. I've heard it a million times. We're going to buy you a new car. You need one for that. Okay. I get an email 2 days ago and says, this is his friend. Well, he gave his money away to somebody else. To who? Somebody in this month? I know who he gave it to. Same old, same old. It's happened to me so many times. That's the way it always goes. Because I do all the fucking work. So they just eat me up. They gobble me up, you know, and your logo here. And that's why it works. They see how effective I am. They see how I am. And they just come in. And that's how they starve me out. And it's, you know, other so-called activists, other so-called movements. They're like, we need Kevin Blanch. You know, yet then they just co-opt me. And that's how they play the useful idiots. Been doing it for years. So tariffs, Alexander Hamilton, before the Bill of Rights. The big tariff guy. To incentivize the buying of homemade goods and to pay off the war debt. So Trump, once you start wearing them Trump girls' shoes. So the activists that I work with were in Trump's daughter and wife's shoe and purse factory, you know, the hooker in the White House. Think about that. You had a full blown out fucking prostitute. Which one? Trump, the nuclear energy prostitute. Everybody says, oh, blah, blah, blah. And here's how the right has painted themselves into the corner. And the left's just as fucked up. I hate fucking Obama with a passion. You could be the next elitist corporatist. But here's how they've painted themselves into a corner. Fukushima, then environment. And all Alex Jones was, two people have called in mutually exclusive. You can look it up on Alex Jones. And said, why won't you have Kevin Blanch on your show? He's the #1 Fukushima expert, anti-nuclear activist in the world. Well, he's an activist, and he claims he's an activist now. He's done, by the way. These lawsuits on his fake fucking... You know, and I would say this to the parents of Sandy Hook and whatever, these people that all called it fake, to Alex Jones, sue him. I would do a lot more than that if it was me. I tell you that. Oh, he'd fucking pay. I'm an Old Testament kind of fucking guy. So... fucking rat. What they did to me, that fucking radical fucking right wing. Remember, I refused to do interviews. I refused to do interviews with them forever. You know, and they're just hounding me. In 2013, when I got back from the Senate offer shut down, I got that shut down. I lifted my moratorium. I did 90 interviews in 60 days. And fucking, I think 88 of them, Jack Dresser was the only fucking logical one I did, hour on PBS in Oregon. Fuck, it was insane. I'm like, oh, God. And that's when don't even get me going on that tee up in fucking Canada. Oh, I got a fucking $500,000 for you. Get up there. They got an Energy Solutions hat on. Fuck, what a setup and sham that was. By fucking, oh, God. What I've gone through. I can't believe it. Well, I'm in critical condition, by the way. So terrorists. He didn't put them on his wife's shoe factory. So the activists that were over there investigating, they were detained. Some of them have never been heard from again to this day. You know, so until you put at least a 25% tariff across the board on everything. Well, that'll hurt us, Americans. No, that'll make American jobs. It'll build the infrastructure. It'll take care of everything. Trump fucking talked shit. That's all Trump did. Just like, I'm going to walk with you guys. I'm going to walk with Sister Susie, Auntie Jen. Martin Luther, don't let that motherfucker in. Open the door and let him. It's entrapment, you know, and they're useful idiots. That's what Trump does. He calls them his useful idiots. How many of his useful idiots went to jail? Did he pardon fucking Snowjob? Did he fucking pardon, you know, he pardoned Grant Greenwald backdoor. He pardoned Laura the Chip. Fuck, don't even get me going on this fucking shamockery. So, 25% tariffs against Chinese, well, all imported goods. Well, what do we export, please? The military, until you fucking slash the military budget by fucking 75%. Oh, what do you mean? Fuck. It's up fucking, it's up 1,700% since 1980. Fucking the dead? How you gonna pay that? Ruling out of control. Tax the future. Get to my friends. GOP. And they're oh, well, we're fiscally responsible. Now? No, I don't think so. Fucking both parties. Fucking loot. Fucking imperialists. Fucking keep the status quo in place. Nuclear energy. Nuclear energy. They have all the money. They have bills. Fucking until you kill nuclear energy. Kill it. Pacific Ocean dies. Stock market makes all time. What's happened to Kevin Blanchard's view count? He gets 100 views. 30,000. Again, I'll quote Lisa. Kevin, you were right. I remember the day I freaking walked away and married the fucking La Jolla guy. I says, you're still... I told her, this is 10 years ago, I says, you're the best looking 50-year-old in the world. By the way, you were the best looking 17-year-old in the world. Which she is. I was so in love with you, Kevin. That long blonde hair, that body, your fight for the environment, your love for the ecology. Fuck. You never changed. You're right, I did. I said, yeah, you took the flowers out of your hair and changed it in for a mortgage and a shiny coffin. I made my share of money. I was on Wall Street. I was responsible. Everything I've did, I've always put my money where my mouth is. I've put all my time. If this hasn't proved what I don't fake anything. You know, I'm the activist that wins. I made a huge mistake, Kevin. I'm still in love with you. Always have been. I'm looking out for the two of us. Inside, looking outside. It's too late, baby. It's too late. Though we really did try to make it. I talked to her people, Carol King, yesterday. She lives next to Idaho Lab, and they got her awake. Carly Simon. I've got to their people. I sent videos. So these videos, I send them tactically. You're so vain, you probably think this funny. She says, I said, can I give you a ride home, Kevin? It's too late. I'll walk. I'll go to my true love, who never betrayed me, who never left me. Nobody sticks with me. I ain't gonna quit you. No, I ain't gonna quit you. Now that's Brokeback Mountain, you know. Fucking pretty cowboys. My rhetoric's never changed. They murdered Pat Tillman. That's how a lot of this started. My fucking the true anonymous, the true Black Lives Matter thing. They murdered Pat Tillman. They murdered Danielle Willard. So Southern Utah, you'd think it's in the past. The half-life. The beautiful young girl. God, what a beautiful, amazing young woman. Out at the Spiral Jetty this year. Now I'm doing that. That video should have millions of views. Artists use a Spiral Jetty to show acute, because they're going to tell you this has been going on for years. Just like the Santa Claus, going on, no record returns in 2015. They go to sea for 5 years. My work has proved all this. So, I mean, for Hamlet and Cassandra, they got together. So we danced on the beach in St. Onofre when I was a little boy, before they built the reactor with my mom and dad. Here on the fucking ancient lake floor in Utah. I'm 8th generation here. They both died of this. Spray a little Bayer Monsanto Roundup. Bayer's got a new vax out, by the way. The people that are murdering you, Roundup, oh, they'll settle. Sure, they will. The Mighty Blue Lady. Pacific Ocean. She never betrayed me. My mom. That beautiful, elegant, fucking canning vegetables on the floor. I mean, what a beauty. Oh my God, how beautiful is she? Wow. What a mind. When she would quote entire books of Poe out of her brain to us. You know, listen to music, dance. They murdered him. And I'm supposed to just shut up and take it. A lifetime of knowledge. A lifetime. I started at Weber High when I was 16. I remember I was 16, 2 interceptions off fucking Jim McMahon. By the way, the greatest coach in the history of all football, that's easy. It's LaVell Edwards. Greatest teams, those BYU teams in the 70s and 80s. I think they had 13 quarterbacks in a row in the NFL. Huh. Roy had a coach that was so fucking good. I don't think they lost a game in 2 years. Our coaches sucked. Really sucked. What they did to me, I look back on it. That's why I walked away and quit. Says, fuck you. I don't play. They're going to abuse me. So, tariffs, 25%. And I have another prediction, Cassandra. The next nuclear meltdown will be the new generation of 3 that just went on at China. And the U.S. will blow it. Maybe, because the U.S., they say, oh, they built it themselves. No, they didn't. Westinghouse. So, just so you know, and people think this is crazy. Go to Eastern Europe. Go to Russia. Go to anywhere over there in Eastern Europe and talk Chernobyl. I consulted on the Chernobyl documentary. It's beautiful, and I they gave me a hat that got stolen. I didn't get shit. I don't get shit. I just do all the dirty work. And I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh, yeah. I don't want to do your dirty work. No more. The Fukushima backup singers. By the way, it was always those backup singers. My middle girl's named after Cassie Gaines. Backup singers. They always had to be freaking still the same. Me and Lisa went to see go ask her. We went to see Bob Seger in San Diego. Still the same, those Bob Seger backup singers. Gospel voices. But I ain't gonna quit you. I never fucking change. My rhetoric has not changed. My activism since I was a kid. A lifetime of... I'm the activist who wins. I'm not the activist that draws money. I'm not Greenpeace. I'm not the Circle Club. I'm not any of these things. I'm tactical. I'm inside fucking... I'd be inside the Utah State House right now if they won't let me. They're still writing bills for more nuclear energy. Answers. Oh, I have answers. This is what's the answer for... Entomb the motherfucker. Entomb it. Entomb it fucking... Yesterday, the day before for 3,620 fucking days. It's too late, baby. It's too late. Though we really did try to... If I believed it was fucking too late, why would I do this? I don't believe it's too late. I said, the Mighty Blue Lady, go ask her. She will fight back. She's going to fight back against you fucking dirtbags because billionaires with all the money, Operation Paperclip, Los Alamos' kids, Bezos. I remember being with a girl recently. I won't mention names. In SoCal, and I said, what are you doing? She says, oh, there's supposedly a picture of Jeff Bezos' penis out on the internet. I want to see it. Why? Really? Infatuated with power. I says, Lisa, my high school girlfriend, I made more money than him. I don't now. I don't have any money. I was a millionaire when I got sick. You do know that. Yeah, I know, Kevin. I've been thinking about you for years. But I took the flowers out of my hair and changed it in for this hairsprayed masquerade facade. I says, it's a suicide rap. It's a death trap. I went out for a drive on Allison Street, which is Mission Bay Boulevard. Had a wife and kid in Pacific Beach, California, and Weber County, Ogden, Utah, down by the river. I went out for a drive, and I decided to go back. I raised my children. I raised my grandchildren. I do what you're supposed to do, like the elders have taught me. Why is Kevin Blanch's view count so low? What changed? I sure fuck didn't. 25% tariffs across the board on every... Well, the United States. Okay, what are we expert? Hate, arrogance, bombs, blood. We don't make anything. We don't export anything. Oh, some fucking GMO'd fucking Roundup poisoned fucking wheat from the Midwest, some corporate welfare. Oh yeah, they're farmers riding around exploiting illegal labor in an air-conditioned fucking tractor. Yeah, that's a fucking farmer. We export hate and bombs and death and poison, nuclear waste all over our place. Fukushima, the United States runs that dynamic. So, answers. One, shut down all nuclear energy. All of it. Every bit of it. All of it. Lock up everybody who perpetuated the Fukushima fucking cover-up lie, including media, including fucking all of them. Lock them up. Put them in prison. Have a fucking tribunal. I say we have it at Weber Stadium, the event center. That's who built it. It's big enough. Have the tribunal. Try Obama and Trump, the first two. Abiy's dying of cancer. You know, the head of the IAEA died. I do so much work in Vienna. Go talk to him at the fucking inside the UN of the IAEA about Kevin Blanche. Go talk to him. Fuck, my work is... That's one. Kill the nuclear energy industry. Kill it. Two, 25% tariff on all fucking goods coming in the United States. All of them. Every last single one. Oh, that's a far-fetched idea. Now, let's see, we had 400% tariffs. Why do you think we drove those beautiful Chevys in the great socialist country, 1945 to 1979? Fucking, what's the great, tax rate of 96% on the 1%? Inherited wealth was pretty well illegal. They had to take it out of the country to hide it. Trump's daddy did that. Oh my Trump, I can't pay the rent. Racism? Like his dad? Ask Woody Guthrie. You know, it's hiding in plain sight. 25% tariffs across the board on all fucking goods to pay off this fucking debt. Cut the military by 75 for fucking percent. Well, China will get us, China! No, they won't. No, they won't. No. We are China. Get your slave-made fucking goods from the... I like how you call yourselves Christ-like when you're sucking up the goods made in China, right there where Jesus' family was. American manufactured. Take the religious leaders like the Mormon Church, Joel Osteen, all these who have preached political fucking rhetoric from the pulpit and hate KSL, Fox News, fucking put them all in prison. Take away their tax-free status, all these religious, because it's against the law what they've done. But fuck the law. I mean, there's two sets of laws, right? Ask a black player in the NFL. Go bash your fucking brains in. Go NFL. Fucking, by the way, speaking of that 1980 BYU fucking team, the greatest fucking team probably you never heard of. Well, they score fucking 70, 80 points a fucking game. Andy Reid was on that team. I know his crazy psycho fucking wife. Oh yeah, she's from here. Oh yeah. Don't even get me going. Oh, do I have stories about her? All these people. Shh. Shh. Marie Osmond. Shh. I got stories about her. I grew up with these people. You know? Fuck. There's your answers. Kill the nuclear energy. 25% fucking tariffs across the board. Lock Trump and Obama up. The whole nuclear ring. What's Fukushima? Because nothing else matters. For Cassandra and Hamlet, they got together. They had a baby. A mutated nuclear fucking cancer baby. For he sees for miles and miles and miles. Oh, cursed spite. Kevin Blanche, I saw you dump nuclear poison in my father's ear. I have some nuclear cancer in southern Utah. Some uranium tailings. That beautiful girl with the thing on her neck. I'm like, randomly out there. You know, the lake's a perfect dynamic on just in 8 years. All predicted by Cassandra, son of Cassandra. Yeah, I'm from southern Utah. She just piped up and told me without me even saying. Says, yeah. See my scar on my neck? Where you live? Blandy. My mom and dad were in denial. I knew what it was. Uranium tailings. Open her tests. How old is she? I'm like, wow. I says, me too. What did the tiny starfish, the smallest starfish in the tide pool, the smallest sea anemone, the smallest creature in the tide pool, say to the biggest creature in the sea, the 60,000 pound humpback? What did the little bat star say? Fukushima killed my food. Fukushima radiated me, burned me, wasting disease in me to death. The whale replied, we too. Steinbeck on Balco, on chemo. Southern Utah is the second most radiated place. We're all downwinders in Utah. So you can do your documentary And this is not opinion. Eat, sleep, drinking. I was in that unit. I'm still involved with that unit to this day. Can't go in, Nowadays, I always go in. I'm still under treatment. Vincent Hansen saved my life. Southern Utah. His brother and father both died of thyroid cancer. He knows. Most doctors know. I've never met an oncologist that wasn't an anti-nuclear. Fighting fire with fire. I had fucking nuclear. I've got 4 tattoos of me. Dr. Thompson on LDS, I was his very last patient. I says, I'll only take a little bit of radiation if he does it. He did it. I rung the bell. And we wanted it very, very lightly because they're moving away more and more and more from radiation treatment. But fighting fire with fire, it's like a pine tree. Fucking fighting cancer with chemo with this nuclear medicine is fighting fire with fire. It's like a pine tree. The needle holds it in its freaking needles. If it gets too much, it dies. If it doesn't get enough, it dies. It's a balance. Life is a fucking balance. We broke the chain. You promised you would never break the fucking chain. I'm going back to the Velvet Underground. You see my gypsy. You saw my gypsy in the Training Sea with my daughter? Oh, dancing on the beach. I'm going to quit you, Kevin. A big mistake. Yeah. Why? I don't know. I wish I wouldn't have. Yeah. I ain't gonna quit you. No, I ain't gonna quit you. I'm politically fucking hypnotized. Give me fucking political dogma, or give me... How did they do it? Wanted by Fox News, cable TV. No, wanted by Jetstream. Two by Fox News or cable TV. Fukushima. Because nothing else matters. Trump, Obama, all you fuckers, you celebrities that are all fucking dying. I want to ask Trump one fucking thing for the last time, for the millionth time. Where's your fucking crown? Where's your fucking crown, Jared? Fuck Kushner. Where's your fucking crown? Hope you don't get cancer, motherfucker. When you're crown king, nothing.